Hello and welcome to Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club. We are here today for a very special double header. Ipswich against...
Marcus here. He'll get there. So you got to stay this side. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Solid scrum from both sides. Ipswich go through the middle again, and once more Harry's bursting through.
Don't be knocked back. Tackle's good.
Good defence from NSB just to knock that one back.
Out of ruck is good, that's fine.
Having had the
Tackle
ball on the
and
halfway
release.
line, they're now deep in their own half, looking to clear their lines. Finding a pretty decent clearing kick. Hint of a foot in touch from Ipswich, but ball stays alive.
There's nothing wrong with that.
NSB perhaps looking to find some space here on the counter-attack. Out to the right-hand side. Now they put boot to ball. There is space in the backfield, and the ball finds it. Ipswich, once again, though, wanting to run the ball when others might try and clear. And they've done terrifically well to get players back.
Counter ruck is good. Out, fellas, out. Tackle, roll, ways. Forward pass and a knock on.
Perhaps this time Ipswich's ambition.
Scrum here, red.
Just getting the better of them. There's going to be a scrum down, NSB ball.
Marcus here. Okay, fellas, last scrum, no hook, all right? So there's got to be a hook, otherwise it's a free kick.
Free.
Yeah.
Just explaining that there does need to be a hook on the scrum. Hardwick, the skipper,
Flankers on,
no
please.
doubt,
Two's in, please, come on.
will heed that advice here.
Crouch.
Such a promising attacking position for NSB.
Fellas, you've got to hold that weight so you are ear to ear on the crouch, yeah? And the bind, and you don't go in until I say set, all right? So that was both of you that time. Okay. Crouch! Bind! Set! Tackle! You're off your feet,
Ipswich
off your
break
feet, let
to
it
the
go.
right-hand side of that scrum.
Ball.
George Berry gets tangled up, so the forwards take it on for him. Now Berry is free and free to release the back line. Little Hugh Pelotu move out the back there, and he looks to try and make headway, but the ball was spilled forward. And still, Ipswich try and hound this one down. NSB doing ever so well just to keep the ball alive. Referee calls advantage over for that knock-on. Little wonder Ipswich have progressed, albeit without the ball, a further 45 metres up the field.
Tackle and release. Tackle. Balls to work, balls there.
NSB just recover back into their
Tackle.
pattern. Big competition on the ball from Ipswich. They're going to be rewarded.
Good, you're good. You had hand, you were trying to lift. No, you're good. Penalty for you. Penalties for you.
Bit of confusion there. Dan North thought the penalty was going against him, but goes with him. Referee was trying to tell him. And that is a sensational kick from Samuel Windridge. Right up to the 5-metre line. You can see the replay here of that North turnover. Perfect position. Took 3 men to clear him out, and by the time that was done, he'd already earned the penalty. Ipswich set up the maul. Just about managed to get it to the back, and Cliff now has it. Cliff inching towards the line.
Okay, use it once.
Told to use it by the referee. Ignoring that advice at the moment. NSB have got their hands on it, but Ipswich still moving.
Held in, scrum down.
It's going to be a scrum, NSB. They hold out. And boy, did they need to. Just 12 minutes gone and 3 tries down would have been a mountain to climb back.
Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big scrum comes in from Ipswich, but NSB get the ball away. And the clearing kick comes in from Josh McAndrew. But only as far as Theo Hubert. Hubert dances around one defender. Looks for the offload, finds it. Big wide pass from Newman. Out to the left-hand side, and the danger man,
Tackle.
Woodhouse.
No, he's okay, he's all right. Ball's there, leave it, 8.
Short they go, but the ball doesn't come with them. NSB
Advantage to red.
survive another Ipswich attack.
Fella's going nowhere, knock on by blue.
And will survive a minute or so longer. They've got a scrum.
Scrum is here, red ball.
The scrum has looked fairly stable so far. Big weekend here at Next Gen 15. Do stay with us for the first 15 game after this one at 8 o'clock, and then tomorrow 2 live streams.
Crouch.
Wellington College against Whitgift kicking off at 3 o'clock. That's the Seb Adeniran Alule Memorial game, and at 3:30 it's Rugby School against Bedford. We're there for every single Rugby School game this year as they celebrate 200 years of the game of rugby football.
Steal is good.
Here in the second 15 game at Bury St Edmunds RFC, NSB find themselves 12-0 down here against Ipswich, who are in possession in their blue shirts. And are just loving fizzing this ball around, trying to keep it alive. Delightful offload there. They're starting to bring out the party tricks already.
Tackle and release. That's their red ball. Use the line as you mark, yeah? How many guys? 5 in, 5 from red.
NSB defend it well though, bundle the man into touch and they'll have the line out. Now you may be wondering why we're here at Bury St Edmunds. Well, there are strong links between Ipswich and Bury St Edmunds. Jacob Ford, the director of rugby at Ipswich School, is also the director of rugby here at Bury St Edmunds.
Good.
And a number of the Ipswich players play for Bury St Edmunds in their club time.
Tackle! Stay on your feet, that's good. Sorry.
That's why we are
and release
over here at the Habaden. NSB.
Tackle, roll! Out, you're off your feet. Tackle! Guys, you've got to clear the area quicker than that. Hey,
Not rolling away. NSB have the penalty. NSB second 15 coached by James Maul. Yet to see them set up the Maul, but I'm sure we will at some point.
5 guys.
Cool. Just goes over the advertising hoarding, and a rather impressive feat of athleticism from one of the Ipswich coaches to hurdle that. Obviously doubles up in the summer in his athletics coaching.
Boys, got to be quicker than this, come on.
NSB just getting a warning from the referee for taking a little bit too much time over this line out. Need to be careful or a free kick will come. It's a bit of a trick move at the line out, but it didn't go 5. So unfortunate. That little neat interchange between Noah Lovell and Will Hardwick saw Hardwick charging down
caught the ball.
the tram lines, but the ball hadn't gone 5.
Okay, 5 in, guys.
Ipswich
5
line
in.
out.
Line out is called. 7 in. You've called 5, fellas, so 2 of you get out. What do you want, guys?
Well, it's the one area of the game so far where things are just a bit scrappy, isn't it, the line out? Things have been
Scrum is here, fellas.
fairly tidy elsewhere. Some wonderful attacking rugby, but the line out's just malfunctioning a little bit.
Okay, fellas, let's be really clear about this. There's got to be a strike. You're feeding it, yeah? Okay, it's going the same for both sides, but it's got to be
It
some
looks as though
strikes.
NSB have made an early change.
Okay, crouch.
I think it might be Oliver
Bind.
Pragnell. No, in fact, I think it might
Set.
be Finn Choate, who's come on the left wing. I'll just keep an eye on that one for you as NSB try and shape up an attack.
Ball's good. Release.
Into the
Tackle,
22
Release.
of NSB. Strong carry there.
Tackle.
Evans.
You're off the ball. Yeah, the counter ruck is good.
Counter up from Ipswich though, and there's a chance for them to try and surge upfield. Just couldn't
Tackle.
find an offload. There was space in those tram lines for them.
You're off it. You've released. Missed it. Forwards. You centre over around the ball. It's a forward pass. Okay, cool.
Another change coming in for NSB. It looks as though Josh Southcott has come on
Okay,
in the
so Marcus
centres.
Here. Or here rather. Yeah. Okay.
I think I can make out the 16 shirt of Will Hunter. We said prop,
Crouch.
new
Bind.
to the school this year.
Set.
Solid scrum. NSB, oh, it's been intercepted. Theo Hubert chased down, but across the halfway line. He gets the offload away. And Ipswich flooding through now. And just as I say that though, the ball goes down.
The one from behind was too high.
But they're going to come back for a penalty. It was a high tackle coming in from the chasing tackler. But Ipswich, oh, so nearly getting the third there.
Yeah, good option.
The ball beats everyone
Line out there.
and rolls into touch. We'll have another line out. This one on the Ipswich 10-metre line. Let's see how this line out shapes up.
Just take a step back. Yeah.
Oliver
So
Cliff
fellas, let's have a bit
The
more of a
hooker
gap.
to
More
throw
of a
in.
gap, Reds, please.
Northampton School for boys steal the ball.
Tackle.
Crashing through goes Hunter. Fast hands from NSB and busting now
Tackle
goes
is
Kent. Out to the back line. Having to cut back in though.
Tackle.
Ipswich defence was up well. That's another big carry from Hunter,
You're off
who's
your
made
feet,
a
mate.
real
Release,
impact
out
in
the
the
way.
couple of minutes he's been on. Little chip kick comes in from McAndrew. There is space back there. Finn Choate chasing after it. Just beaten to it by Harry Foxwell, I think.
Down with blue. Goal line drop
The
out.
closest NSB have been though. And the carrying from
Behind the
Hunter
side,
off the
please.
bench making a real difference. Then we just see some of the weapons in that arsenal of Josh
So you've all got to be
McAndrew.
behind him when he kicks the ball.
Multi-talented player. As Ipswich
So that's straight out, guys.
send that goal line drop out straight out.
So you can have a choice. They can kick it again, or you can have a scrum opposite on the 5. I don't think there's a difficult hard decision there.
That's the referee says there. There's a choice. Make them drop out again or have a scrum 5. NSB, unsurprisingly, opt for the scrum 5.
Mark is here.
Yaris, get in the line. Yaris, hit a hole.
Here we go then, guys.
Hit a hole, Yaris.
Guys, feet behind the line, please.
Choose a hole and hit it.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Clean scrum again. And off the base of the scrum goes Josh Southcott, I think. And across the line. It looks as though it is Southcott wearing 22. Slotted in at number 8. Broke off the base. And absolutely surged over the line. Well, it was indeed. Look, they pulled the number 8 out into the back line. Yaris Clifford Pine. Inserted Southcott at number 8. And well, how's that for vindication of an unusual decision? NSB on the scoreboard. You've got to love that bit of innovation. Swap the 8 out. Everyone must be thinking, right, well, he's a crash ball option. But instead, the man that's slotted in, Josh Southcott, normally a centre, goes and absolutely powers towards the line. Conversion is good as well. And NSB close the gap.
Let's go again, fellas.
11. Tackle's good. Tackle, release.
NSB tails up a little bit now, starting to show some expansion inside their own 22, and then the door is firmly shut by Cripps.
It's all right, you okay? Tackle, release.
Still looking to play, NSB. Now they stick the ball to the boot. It's a clever little kick off the outside of the boot though, and the chase is fantastic. And NSB put in a big shot in defence, but it's too high, says the referee.
Fellas, they're both too high. Penalty, sir.
Well, it was
Not from
good
behind.
play from NSB, but just got their tackle height wrong. Ten minutes left in the half. Ipswich missed touch with that one. Must be
22, guys.
just dot that one down. They'll have the 22.
22. Just make sure you're behind him when he kicks the ball.
Ipswich trying to find some space. Could be a bit here. They just dink it through from Newman. Tidied up just about between the legs by NSB. They look to the short side and they find a little bit of space. McAndrew up to halfway, but he's just bundled into touch. But again, another glimpse of what McAndrew can do, ball in hand.
What do you want?
He just lost the ball forward into touch, actually, so they've got an option, scrum or line out.
Scrum.
Scrum is called.
Let's go, boys. Scrum's what we want. Let's keep dominating, boys.
Oh, sorry. Okay, crouch. Bind. Set. Stay on 8. 8 on.
Oh, and the gap just opens up for Newman. Don't think he was expecting it, just floated through it. Has to tread water a bit to allow the support to get to him, and now his side are firing again. See if they can find a gap. That offload, though, comes off an NSB hand, and it'll be a scrum Ipswich.
Fellas, just knocked on my red on the floor here.
But all of NSB defence bought that line on the inside. And Newman just floated through the gap they left. So nearly there. Harry's looking to get that offload away, just coming off the hand of the try scorer Southcott.
Crouch.
For an Ipswich scrum. Big blind side to work with here. They've stacked the open side, but they may well just try something a little sneaky here. Instead, they do go to that open side. And through the hands of this dangerous back line. Right out to the far side.
Tackle is good. He's not lifted the ball.
And a bit of space emerges down that blind side.
Touch there.
Just in touch. NSB having to scramble hard.
Line out here. Red ball, how many? 5. Line is yours, Red. Fellas, come on. Need to be a little bit quicker than this. Come on.
On the field behind me, the NSB first team kickers going through their paces, I have to say.
Okay,
the second 15, try and clear that. Gets charged down, and Ipswich will come flooding back in attack.
Too high.
Another high tackle, Ipswich with advantage.
Penalty advantage.
22.
Come backwards. Tackle. Still penalty advantage, guys. Tackle.
Ipswich trying to find a bit of space. And it's a strong carry from Caleb Cripps.
Tackle.
Into the 22. Good fast ball, advantage over from that penalty. They haven't made too much ground, but Gethin Harries doesn't mind too much as he carries big again.
Tackle, release, release. Tackle.
Ipswich going through their paces, but NSB again coming up trumps in defence.
Good work by the 15.
And after a tough start, they are really stepping up in defence. As NSB
take a quick penalty,
look to clear their lines. Just to finish up that thought I had earlier, behind me, the NSB first 15 kickers going through their paces on the second 15 pitch behind me. And one of them is practicing kicks from deep inside his own half. So if Ipswich are watching ahead of that first 15 game, they need to know they cannot afford to give away penalties anywhere, because NSB have got a kicker in the locker who can go from anywhere by the look of it. Bit of a pause. Knock to one of the NSB players as we see that fantastic turnover.
Okay, first
once again.
Here. Time is back on.
And everyone's back on their feet now.
Yep.
Ready to restart the game. NSB with a penalty. 7 or 8 metres from their own try line. They clear that one up to beyond the 22. A bit of a compliment from the referee there. Nice nudge.
5, guys.
We hear across the ref mic. Must have been a back in his playing days.
Okay, make
no forward would be that nice. Solid line out from NSB. They move the ball quickly into the midfield to the try scorer, Southcott, who then whips it out wide. Wants the ball back inside, actually. Ball just spilled on the far side. Could be turned over by Ipswich. Has been turned over by Ipswich.
Tackle and roll.
Up to halfway. Oh, and through again. He did this early on. Gethin Harries finds the pass, and now it's a foot race for Harry Foxwell, and Harry Foxwell is going to get Ipswich's third try. Gethin Harries. He did it in the opening minutes and he does it again here, just scything through the NSB defence. And when he had to find the pass, he found the perfect pass to the gas man, Harry Foxwell, who burned around the outside for a third Ipswich score. There is that pass. Finn Choate did everything he could, but Foxwell just with too much pace. Harry's just on that arcing run. Slows his feet up as he arrives towards contact, just so he can get that pass right. And Foxwell does the rest. Henry Newman standing over the conversion. Just as well we don't have a shot clock on this, actually. It's been quite a long time since that try was scored. Saw Marnie Lebock at Rugby World Cup taking that shot clock right down to the wire against Scotland. But Newman, without the shot clock, slots that very nicely between the uprights. And gives his team a 19 points to 7 lead with just a couple of moments left here in this first half at Bury St Edmunds RFC. Hangs up towards the 22, and Ipswich are going to have a run again. Can they get a fourth before the half-time break? Well, they're almost through the gap. What an important tackle that is from Southcott. But Ipswich still weren't held in the tackle, and they're up across halfway, flooding through. And now they half break through again. Offload comes in, doesn't quite go to hand. Has it gone forward? Referee says it has.
Off the blue, you're in front, played the ball.
And then in fact it was played in front of the knock-on, so it's a penalty to Northampton School for boys. Ipswich are a bit confused, they're all lined up for the scrum.
Your man was in front from the play of the ball.
So NSB with what will probably be a final chance to get a try in this second half, in this first half rather, to add to the earlier score from Southcott.
Blues! Blues, don't go early.
Ball just goes over the top, but it's claimed by NSB. But it had gone forward.
Forwards off a red
we'll have
hand.
a scrum.
Scrum down here, blue ball.
There's just about enough time for this scrum to be played.
Here we go. Time is done. Time is done, fellas.
This is last play, says the referee.
Here we go. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Will Ipswich
Hold,
kick it out?
hold, boys, hold!
Or will they play out?
Okay, fellas,
Be
just
surprised
Just do that again.
if they look to play.
Just do that again.
The NSB side behind me all out for their warm-up now. Ipswich not yet out.
Don't be up there. Crouch!
Skip it.
Bind!
Windridge.
Set!
2 tries to his name. Pops the ball into that scrum. They will look to play. Feeding that dangerous backline again and charging through on the hard line is Caleb Cripps. Still not put down by the NSB defence. Now they flush it again, but the pass has gone forward. And that will be half-time.
Half-time, guys.
A fantastic half of rugby. Clinical from Ipswich in the early phases. NSB came back into it. But then shortly before the half-time break, Ipswich added their third. And we head into half-time with Ipswich leading NSB 19 points to 7. Well, here we go. Players back on the field. Second half almost ready to get going. Referee just double checking that all the players are ready. Ipswich will be kicking off, playing from right to left in their blue shirts. NSB receiving kick-off, playing left to right in their red and blue hoops. As Ipswich send the kick-off deep into the 22, and NSB look to play out.
Release!
Ipswich have made a couple of changes. I can see Albert Seville on the left wing.
Tackle, hand out the way. Onside.
And unfortunately, a player wearing 20, despite assurances that there was no 20 shirts. So we'll try and get to the bottom of that one for you. As Ipswich feed it out wide to Seville.
Tackle.
Who's tackled, stays in field. Working through, they go. North on the surge. Gives it on to Ransley. Lost the ball in contact though, but as they were in the first half.
Scrum down, red.
Ipswich playing with such ambition here.
Here we go.
This, by the way, is only the second meeting between these two sides at second 15 level. Last year was the first. Ipswich won that 59-10. And although they lead here
Bind.
at the start of the second half,
Set.
I suspect this one's going to finish up a little closer than that one did. As NSB clear their lines
Good exit.
with a good kick.
Thank you. Your ball. Blue ball. Can I set the front and the back, please? Come on.
Oliver Cliff sends it to the front. It's off the top ball for Ipswich. Slightly scrappy in the end.
Went forwards, then went backwards. If I'm red 9. Sorry, you blue 9. Apologies, going the wrong way round.
Knocked on, says the
Your
referee.
scrum.
So it'll be an NSB scrum. Classic trick from the new Ipswich scrum half. Attempting to put the ball in himself, despite knowing definitely that it was scrum the other way.
Bind.
Scrum halves, they never get all day. NSB move the ball into midfield, and Southcott takes it in. He's a powerful carrier. It's Josh Southcott.
Tackle, he's good. Missed it.
The crisp passing, the powerful running, and the delightful offloading. Earning Ipswich their 4th score of the game.
They'll kick to you. You all right?
Magnificent. Just watch this. One offload through contact there. Another superb offload through contact there. And Seville with this simple run-in.
It's good when it works. You got somebody running touch this side? Because I've only got one person there.
It's that big carry from Cripps that just burst that space open. And his teammates had the close quarters skills to build on what he'd done. Healthy crowd starting to build here at the Haberden. Of course, this is just 20 minutes up the road from Ipswich. Many of their players will be living very, very close to the ground tonight. Conversion doesn't quite go. And Ipswich lead 24 points to 7. As I say, not very far at all for a lot of people to travel.
Time's yours, guys.
In fact, I know for a fact that a few of the Ipswich players live within a stone's throw. Stone's throw, rather.
You are. Cool. Yeah, time's yours, mate. I don't blow this.
Not a million miles for NSB either. A short hop along the A14.
Tackle!
Knocked forward by Ipswich.
Ball's here.
NSB
Your advice,
playing
please.
with advantage, looking to take
Tackle,
advantage.
that's
Big
fine.
tackle comes in, but they've still got control of the ball. They look to the blind side.
Tackle! You're not on the ball.
Tried to stab it through. It's all gone a bit haywire, but they still keep the ball. Do NSB.
Tackle!
Another big tackle coming in, but
Everybody-
still
everybody's here,
NSB
all right.
maintain possession and look to try and work something.
Tackle,
Almost
that's
up to
in
the
the
22 here. Now they try and release the backs out on this right-hand side. There is a little bit of space if they can find it. Bouncing in off that foot
Tackle!
goes Ellis Watts. Northampton Saints winger. NSB bursting through now.
Tackle! Roll away!
Carlisle.
Ball's out.
That was, they go close.
Tackle's there.
Just a couple of yards now for NSB.
Tackle!
How they'd love an instant response to that Ipswich try.
Stay. Tackle!
Round the corner.
Link, off
through
the ball,
Lovell.
Off! Aye!
Slow ball, but it's going to be a penalty. Quick tap from Bury. As he got across the line, he's close. They're playing with advantage again, but the referee awards the try.
You weren't supporting your body weight, in my opinion.
NSB
Oh, crap.
do respond immediately.
That's all right. That's the trouble with wearing a hat.
At least we think they do. They do indeed.
Yeah, where you are.
It was a quick tap.
Take your time. You've got
From
plenty of
Bury.
time to try.
Got within inches. And then blasting over next to him came his mate. Conversion is landed by Bury. In fact, it might have been by Oliver Pragnell. I do apologise. NSB closed the gap to just 10 points now, 24-14. Important that they got on the score sheet next after that Ipswich try. And they've done exactly that.
Okay, hold there, guys. Hold for a second.
Looks as though just got a short delay in proceedings while a few changes are being made. Chance to give a shout out to our partners Limitless, who do so much to enable us to be able to put these streams on. Without the likes of them and some of our other partners, it would
Okay.
not be possible. If you're interested in any opportunities, do please get in touch. Help us support and promote schoolboy rugby by advertising on our streams. NSB punch that one long.
Tackle!
Josh McAndrew
Ball's good.
has gone off, I think. That's why Oliver
Tackle!
Pragnell took over the kicking duties for that conversion. As Ipswich float that one over the top. That is lovely from
Tackle!
Henry Newman. Thunderous carry.
Tackle!
They just look so calm and composed in possession. And this man in particular, Harries,
Tackle!
gives it off to Cliff.
You're off your feet! Off your feet!
Ball is slowed by NSB, but Ipswich still keep
Close.
coming through.
Onside, boys, onside. Tackle!
Still they march on, a little dart round the fringe this
Ball's
time.
there.
Good clearing work from the supporting forwards. Ipswich still going forward.
Try score.
And across the line,
Yes, boys!
Ipswich with their second score of the second half. And we really are going back and forth here.
In line with me, Tom.
And it was good work for the new scrum half wearing 20. Try and bring you his name when we can, and it was his mate wearing 21, whose name I also don't have, unfortunately, but I will try and find, who gets across the try line. Anyone who can identify those two players, do get in touch at NextGen15, that's at NextGenXV on Instagram, or as I'm still calling it, Twitter. (31-14) now then, Ipswich lead. And after NSB had worked oh so hard to close that gap, Ipswich strike right back.
Straight out, guys, or not, or bounce in? Bounce in. Bounce in. Okay. Blues, take the line as yours. Reds, your mark is here. Reds, your mark is here. Like you've got to set that. Okay, hold it, hold it. Fellas, it's got to be wider than this.
Referee wants a wider gap.
Okay, leave him alone, you don't need to touch him. You can't touch his arms.
Contact in the air from NSB, so it's a penalty to Ipswich. Chance to launch this one long. Newman's kicking has been fantastic so far today, and that's another great one. Gets it up beyond halfway.
Blues line is yours. Reds.
And a big thank you is what I'm trying to say. A big thank you to Robert Ryan, who's just got in touch to tell us that Harry Oliver is in fact wearing number 19 and scored that first try of the second half for Ipswich. And it was Dom Gossett that's wearing 20. Who's on the ball just there, playing scrum half, and it was Albert Seville wearing 21 who scored the second try of this second half. So Oliver and Seville are two try scorers, and Gossett, who's come on at scrum half and has performed fantastically well so far. And his side just looking so calm and composed with ball in hand. It's a joy to watch, it really is. Another lovely bit of play there. Thumping through goes Kai.
Balls out, guys.
And now through goes the open side, Chalhuri.
Hands off.
Ipswich just flooding through now.
Yep. Too high, fellas. Too high. You're good. Too high, guys. Oh, loads. 16? No, 20. So I can't count.
NSB asking how long's left, with 20 minutes left. I think because they want the time to be able to fight back rather than because they're breathing particularly hard.
So Reds, the line is yours.
Let's be fair to them.
Blues.
Line out on halfway.
Line's yours, guys. So come up to the mark. Yeah. Can we have a ball, please, sir?
In search of a ball. Just about found one now. NSB to throw it in. Watch the trick play is the call from Ipswich. Well, they're not wrong. NSB have tried a couple. But they go conventional this time. To the middle and off the top. And the ball is loose. And it's pounced upon by Gossett.
You're good. First is the knock-on by Red. First is the knock-on by Red. Scrum down, blue ball.
Gossett really has impressed since he came on. The skipper, Sam Windridge, who scored twice in the first half, has actually just shuffled out into the inside centre position.
Okay, stand up, guys.
For Ipswich.
Stand up.
Multi-talented player. The Ipswich skipper.
19. Well, 18, 15.
Still people asking the referee how long is left.
Time's back on, guys. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Finally, the scrum is underway. Goes to ground though, so we'll reset.
Remember, fellas, we drive straight. Let's not wheel it. Yeah. Somebody slipped. I don't know who it was. You love scrummers. Okay. Make sure it's down the middle. Yeah. Crouch. Bind. Set. All set.
Scrappy ball at the base of that scrum.
Yeah, we love scrums, don't we, tonight? I reckon.
Well, taking the sting out of the game a little bit, these scrums. NSB wanting to get a bit of a hurry up on this game. 17 points, the deficit at the moment.
Here we go. Get square on, please,
for
guys.
the visiting side.
Square on. Crouch. Bind. Fellas, that's fully in, both of you, yeah? We hold your weight and you go in on the set. Come on.
The referee's patience starting to wear thin on the scrummaging front. As the sun is almost fully set here. The nights are closing in, floodlights in full beam here at Bury St Edmunds RFC, playing in the National League, so the club here. NSB get the ball out of that scrum, although it's been lost forward. We could be on for another one unless Ipswich play through this advantage. And lose that ball, but I think it's gone backwards. It hasn't. The referee's trying to play some short advantages here. I think he's fed up of scrums. Not unlike a young Paul Grayson, tonight's referee, when you look at him from afar, is he?
Here we go, guys, come on, come on. I know it's warm.
Grayson, of course, the Northampton great.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Not half bad player for England either. It's a bit unfortunate that a certain Johnny Wilkinson was in front of him. Claimed in the backfield by Windridge. And now he just scorches into NSB territory and gets an offload away. The chip comes through now. Just about tidied up by NSB, who are going to try and counter out of their own 22 now, and countering with some potency as well. As the big tackle comes in from Ipswich, it just halts that in its tracks. And now McAndrew looks like he's back on, and he thumps that one long.
That's fine. All right. And release, 21, release.
Through the hands go NSB. Lovell passes it on to Downey.
Tackle and roll, 6, roll. It's all right, he's good. He's first
Stolen
back.
by Ipswich. That man again, Harries, just can't quite get his offload away, but what fantastic work from the young outside centre.
Advice to red.
NSB.
Yeah, you still have
And
advice.
Kai
Stay back.
trying to make a bit of headway here. Pagnell to McAndrew. Oh, it's good handling.
Advantage is over.
Advantage over, says the referee. I'm not even sure what advantage was for.
Offside.
So many advantages there have been in this last few passages of play.
Blue offside in midfield.
We'll find
here.
out now, though. In fact, it was a new one. Ipswich offside, penalty to NSB. And it has just been a bit of a funny last 5 minutes or so, a little bit scrappy. The kick from Ellis Watts, but didn't quite go the distance. So Ipswich can try and play out of their own 22.
Tackle!
Ransley
You're off your feet, mate, you're off
with
your
a
feet.
punchy carry there.
Get off!
Back the other way, zigzagging here, Ipswich.
Tackle!
So determined to play from anywhere on the field.
Carefully. Tackle!
Carrying really well. They do now find the outside channel and a bit of space down that outside channel. Gas comes in, offload back inside, but it's knocked forward. And then knocked forward again by NSB, and we'll have another scrum. But Ipswich, as they have time and time again, just showing that when they find the space, they are electric.
Oh, ages. 13. 13. You all right, fella? He was off his feet. 13. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Scrum goes
Up
down.
you get, guys, up you get, up you get, up you get, up you get, slowly. All right. Okay, we just do it again, guys. Okay, fellas, that was too early again last time, yeah, but both of you, there's nothing unsafe. Crouch! Bind! Set! Balls out, balls out.
Ball safely out of that scrum. NSB go cross field. It's a good contest.
All right, it's good competition. It's good competition. And relax,
Ellis
guys.
Watts it was for
roll,
NSB
roll.
competing for it.
Okay, that's in the rug, that's fine.
Ipswich and Harries again. What a game he has had.
It's fine.
Offload doesn't quite find hands
Red
though.
ball, that's good.
So now NSB have got the turnover. Is there time yet for a comeback?
Tackle. You're off your feet, guys. Get off the ball.
Penalty to NSB.
Penalty is here.
Harry, great take. Great take.
It looks as though Watts is going to send this one to the corner. Just inside the 22.
10 to go,
We
guys.
see here the penalty. Ipswich still contesting for that ball on the floor long after the referee had said stop and long after they were no longer on their feet as well.
Reds, come on, I want the first man, please. Come on.
Just about 10 minutes
Stay
left here.
straight line,
Do
first,
stay
please.
with us, because at 8 o'clock, 25 minutes from now, the first 15s kick off. Ipswich against Northampton School for boys.
Blues, give. Especially in midfield.
And it's that trick play again. This time it does work. This time Hardwick goes charging towards the line. Well, they tried it once and it didn't work, but the second time around, they get their drill right. And Will Hardwick, the skipper, gets the try. We see it again here. They fake it out. Go short to Lovell at the front. Lovell gives it back to Hardwick, and Hardwick drags the defender over the line with him. They tried it in the first half and it didn't go 5. This time As we can see there, it clearly goes 5. And then look at that for a bit of finishing from Hardwick. And Andrew. So they chip away at this lead. 8 minutes left. There's time yet. 12 points the difference. 2 converted tries would do it for NSB. Can Ipswich stop the NSB comeback or even add to their lead? They've looked so dangerous ball in hand. Or will NSB turn this into a sensational finish? It's Ipswich at the moment in possession and looking to try and create something, and Harries has it.
Tackle! Tackle's good, rolled at 16.
Goes it off the base. Trying to get that through the hands, but it's been spilled.
First knock on by Blue, second knock
And it'll
on by
be an
Red.
NSB scrum, something to launch from.
Scrum, red ball.
Blame it at the start.
Far side. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Tidy scrum from NSB. They go to the open side. Pagnell feeds his back line. Lost though. Ipswich advantage. No advantage coming up, so they will have a scrum. It was a tidy bit of scrummaging from NSB. Ball just goes down. Eyes on the defenders that were on rushing. The Ipswich defence really was flying up there, trying to put the pressure on.
Guys, have you brought somebody on? There we go. Here we go then, guys. Guys, get bound up, please. Come on. Tighty. Come on. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set. More than 45, guys.
Big scrum again from NSB. They really are scrummaging well. I'd say a huge hat tip to Will Hunter. He came on.
Well, let's try and make it drive straight. Don't walk out on the outside, yeah? Fellas, don't walk out on the left, yeah? Okay. Here we go. Get square on, please. Square on, please. Come on. Tight head. Yeah, thank you. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Another big scrum from NSB, but Ipswich get it away. Go short to Harries again. Why not? This time he was held in the tackle. So NSB have the penalty and they'll want to play quick. Time starting to run short. 2 converted tries required, remember.
How many in? 5, guys. It's not a burger either. Okay then, come on Reds, let's go.
Why not NSB? They had a trick up their sleeves last time and scored a try from it. What have they got up their sleeve this time? More traditional line out, to the front and off the top. The players not quite on the same wavelength there. Ball comes off the back of one of the NSB forwards, and Ipswich just drill the ball into the corner. Moving into a pattern now where they're just trying to see this game out a little bit. 4 minutes left to go. In fact, the ball came off an NSB player. So it's going to be an Ipswich line out.
Yeah, you're good there.
If they can
Reds, who's your first man, please?
set up a try here, I really think that might be all she wrote here.
You're too early, back.
The maul comes in.
Okay, you're good.
And it's a good early drive from Ipswich, but it's repelled nicely by NSB.
It is out, yeah.
Now they feed the back line. Just half a thought about the big wide pass, but instead they step back in. Gossett
Gone back,
moves it fast. And then dancing through. Goes O'Reilly. And Ipswich do have their try. And surely with it, victory. It wasn't the move they planned, but they reacted oh so well. And Harry O'Reilly
Fellas, who's kicking?
finishes it all off. Hubert had to cut back in. The ball was loose and bouncing. And O'Reilly, oh, wizardry in those feet. Gets across the line.
We've got 2 minutes.
Good work this from Hubert. And the way he presents it just makes it fast ball. There was a bit of confusion. But O'Reilly, oh, stepping off both feet. Absolutely fantastic. Conversion doesn't go, but at 36-19.
Guys, we've got 2 balls on the pitch. Just get rid of that one.
With about 2 minutes left to go.
Back.
You think that's surely in the bag now for Ipswich. There was a hint of a comeback from NSB.
Yeah, go on.
Who really have come back well after what was a tricky start for them. But Ipswich, that ambition they've shown has paid dividends over the course of the game. And showing yet more ambition here. Surging through is the hooker, Oliver Cliff, and gets the ball away to his skipper, Windridge. Fantastic from Cliff.
Tackle is good, roll.
Surely there's not time for another. Ipswich fizzing as Harries now feeds it a bit wider. Working in that outside channel. Good ball again for Ipswich. Although just as I say that, a huge counter ruck comes in from NSB. They're not giving up yet. Ipswich just about hold on to the ball and then give the forward pass. But oh my word, what a break that was from Oliver Cliff.
20 seconds.
Moving like an outside back as he surged through there.
20 seconds. We've got to complete
The Ipswich
this
hooker. I think the referee's just calling there's about 20 seconds left to play.
Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's a big scrum from Ipswich. NSB have been on top in the scrums, but Ipswich
Redo it.
absolutely blasting forward at that one.
Scrum. Don't go too early. Don't go too early. There we go then. Square on then, please, fellas. Crouch.
NSB scrum.
Bind. Set.
Ball gets to the base.
Tackle.
Picked up by Clifford Pine. Clifford Pine even. Can they finish off with a try? They're certainly going to give it their best shot. As dancing through they go. Oh, surging through. Oh, wonderful stuff from NSB. Pass doesn't quite stick, but it's gone backwards.
No, it's not.
Or has it not? Referee says it hasn't.
The knock on, fellas.
And that is going to be that, I think. Ipswich School take the victory. A fantastic game of rugby. The hosts came absolutely flying out of the traps with 2 scores from the skipper, Samuel Windridge. But NSB stuck to task, bravely fought their way back into a competitive game, but then further scores in the second half from Ipswich saw them pull away, and then that late try from Harry O'Reilly just sealed the game up. But a fantastic match here at Bury St Edmunds RFC. Sees Ipswich School take victory in this second 15 game, 36 points to 19 against Northampton School for boys. And do stay with us, because coming up very shortly is the first team game. 8 o'clock kickoff, that 13 minutes time, just about enough time to watch these highlights and then get yourself a cup of tea. And the 2 first teams will be coming out. That was that early try from Windridge, set up by the fantastic Gethin Harries in the outside centre channel for Ipswich School. And what a fantastic opening salvo it was. That the second try, and before we knew it, they were in a 12-0 lead. NSB came back though with a try of their own, and that made it a game. Ipswich always just about in control on the scoreboard, their ambitious attacking play yielding tries, but NSB with a couple of clever moves for their scores. Actually, you saw that one there where Southcott, who was playing in the centres, switched places with his number 8, Yaris Clifford Pine, to score off the base of that scrum, and then one later on in the second half, after that superb score, by the way, from Harry Foxwell, after yet another Harry's break. In the second half, NSB with another clever play that allowed skipper Will Hardwick to score. A little trick play at the line out. But all to no avail in the end for them. It was Ipswich, and some wonderful tries from their second half substitutes that claimed the victory. MSB kind of thought it might be a bit of a comeback on at one point in time. Gossett, who came on at scrum half, had a really lively game off the bench. Seville finishing off here. Powerful finish, actually. And that gave Ipswich a really quite comfortable advantage. And NSB just gave us a hint of a comeback, but that comeback was ended by this lovely bit of footwork from Harry O'Reilly. Going this way and that, getting across the line to leave us with the final score here at Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club. Leaning heavily in the end in favour of Ipswich, but not without a fantastic performance from NSB, it has to be said. Full time, Ipswich 36, Northampton School for boys 19 in this second 15 game. And as I say, stay with us, 8 o'clock, the first 15 game, Ipswich against Northampton School for boys, coming shortly. Welcome back to Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club. Ipswich School against Northampton School for boys. We've just had the second 15 game. Ipswich seconds taking that one in a cracking game actually with NSB. And we're now just a few minutes from kickoff here in the first 15 games. So let's run you through the teams, starting with Ipswich School, who are led by open side Mark van der Veen, who's alongside Bobby Eaton-Collins and Siep Walter in the back row. James Wilkinson and Danny Myers in the second row. And up front, Tom Dye, Harry Chapman and Rohan Burke. In the back line, Harry Evans and George Howard. Look out for Eduardo Tadaro at 12 with Billy Reid at 13. And then in the back three, Dave Owusu, Zach Matthews and Connor Holcroft. On the bench, Georgie Turashvili, and Director of Rugby, as he is here at Bury St Edmunds as well, is Jacob Ford. Northampton School for boys are led by inside centre Luca Williams, who forms an exciting partnership alongside Northampton Saints' Will Cotterill. Those two, in fact, have been having quite a lot of chat with us from the bus on the way here. Half-backs, Finn Short and Tom Addison, who's a very exciting player. And the back three, Joel Aldridge, Hugo Jennings and Will Cowley. Up front, Rhys Malaret, Chase Cook and the enormous Sonny Tongawiya at tight head. What a fantastic player he is. Look out for his handling skills. Rizard Hill and James Barrett in the second row. And in the back row, Ben Hunter, Ruben Hansen, the vice-captain, and Oscar Lyle at number 8. On the bench, Ruben McConville, Elliot Swift, George Mundin and Thomas Richings. And the Director of Rugby, Phil Beaumont. Now we're just a couple of minutes away. This is going to be the third time that these two sides have met. First meeting in 2021, a heavy victory for Ipswich. But last year, oh how the tables turned. We were treated to an absolute cracker at Northampton School for boys. A game that could have gone either way. There were tries, yellow cards, late scores, all sorts going on, and it just ended up 24-19 to NSB. Could have been an Ipswich win if we'd played 5 minutes longer. Could have been an NSB win again if we'd played 10 minutes longer. But here come the Ipswich players. This is a home game for them, remember, despite being played here at the Haberd End. And their players greeted onto the field by the second 15. And will that second 15 performance inspire Ipswich? Our referees team tonight. Our cameraman Richard Jackson likes to get in the thick of things. And he's got a lovely shot there of tonight's camera team. What that has served to do though is keep Mark van der Veen waiting on the halfway line for the referee. He's just about to do the toss. Two captains shake hands, Van der Veen and Luca Williams. Number of players on either side actually will be very familiar to each other tonight. Both teams linked very closely with Northampton Saints, and a number of their players take part in the Northampton Saints under-18 side in the under-18 Academy League. You do just feel perhaps that centre area of the field is one to keep an eye on tonight. Williams and Cotterill for NSB, Tadaro and Reid for Ipswich. Some superstars in there. It looks as though Ipswich have won the toss and they will be kicking things off. Fullback Connor Holcroft will start us off. Ipswich against Northampton School for boys.
Make sure they all stay behind you.
Two rising stars of the schoolboy scene. Ipswich Merchiston Festival champions. NSB under 15 Continental Tires Schools Cup champions. Head to head here at Bury St Edmunds RFC, and NSB claim the kickoff. And there is Sonny Tongawiya taking it into contact. Big physicality already in just 2 carries here. As NSB thump it forward. 50-22 is on, says the referee, but it's kept in field by Holdcroft. Ball is spilled forward. NSB have a scrum. And what an opportunity for a fast start here for the visitors.
Let's go. Let's go. Go. Big seconds. Let's go, Reese.
Crouch.
In Mallory, Cook and Tonga Weir, they have a strong front row, but so too in Dye, Chapman and Burke do Ipswich, and we see that there. Honours even at scrum time. NSB flush the ball away, but it's just spilled forward as they try to release the back line.
Lost forwards.
So we'll have another scrum. And look out in particular at scrum time for the battle between Dye and Tonga Weir. Dye on the loose head for Ipswich, Tonga Weir on the tight head for NSB, both part of the Northampton Saints setup.
Crouch.
Oh, they'd love to get one up on the other.
Set.
Once again, an even scrum, but then it just starts to wobble a bit. Ipswich move the ball away. Tadaro moves it wide. Oh, lovely running from Ipswich. We saw that in the second 15 game. We're seeing it in abundance from the first 15 game. Howard gathering that chip forward, but a superb turnover from NSB. I think it was Hansen on the floor there. A huge cheer going up around him. The penalty, slightly shanked.
Tackle away. Back foot. Penalty advantage. Advantage, 3 red
Ipswich
offside.
playing with advantage. Tadaro takes it hard to the line. We saw him at fullback last year, playing 12 this year. Holdcroft feeds it wide. Oh, it's a great covering tackle. I say that, it was a high tackle. Did the job effectively, but not for too long. Harry Evans
11.
with a bit of footwork to score in the corner for Ipswich School. And we are off to a big start here at the Haberden. Holdcroft just injecting pace, feeding it to Owusu. The high tackle came in, and just keep your eye here on the scrum half, Harry Evans. Goes quickly, 2 lovely bits of footwork and finishes in the right-hand corner. And Ipswich
Anything at scrum time, lads?
have the early lead. Lovely, lovely footwork from Evans. And his fly half, Howard, now stands over the conversion. Just look what it means to them. They've been under a bit of early pressure from NSB. They have the score. And they have the conversion as well. What a wonderful kick that is from George Howard. Puts his side 7-0 in front. Oh, I think we might have a bit of a game on our hands tonight.
Keep them behind you.
And there is the try scorer, Harry Evans. Big tackle coming in from the restart from NSB. I'll tell you what, Ipswich showing no signs of not being up to speed. Their opening game was cancelled against Uppingham. That's Tadaro goes surging through. Oh, Eduardo Tadaro, magician. Oh, Eduardo Tadaro. Oh, he was magical last year. And he is even better this year. glorious from Tadaro. Absolutely glorious. It was set up nicely, but what a dummy that is. Steps back inside. And that is a magical, magical solo try from Eduardo Tadaro. Get him in the Italy squad. And Howard makes no mistake with the conversion, and all of a sudden NSB are staring at a 14-0 deficit. The crowd is really built here at Bury St Edmunds as well. Fantastic to see schoolboy rugby supported in such a way. And Ipswich fancy going from deep again. Why not? After that from Tadaro. Oh, wonderful though.
Extra roll on the floor.
The extra roll had to come in
Number 4
from Ipswich,
tackled, extra roll.
because Oscar Lille, the Northampton Saints back rower, was all over the ball.
Yeah, that's good.
Beautiful kick to the corner from Addison.
Nice, Nathan, you take the front.
And an opportunity here for NSB to strike back.
Set on your man
And
at
you
the front,
feel
please.
like with the momentum Ipswich have built, they do need to strike back. And just have a little look out here.
Stay back.
There's a move that NSB like to pull, where Tonga Weir does a one-man lift. It's 2 men this time, but it's to the middle, and they set up the maul.
Stay back. You're both offside.
Penalty to Ipswich though. NSB had crept
9
offside.
and 10 offside from the line-outs.
They'll be frustrated with that. They needed to take that chance. Another wonderful kick. George Howard, I have to say, across both the second 15 games and this first 15 game so far, kicking for touch has been just
Gents, you
outstanding.
must stay back 10 until the arm comes down.
Ball goes over the top, but it's snaffled by Rohan Burke, and Burke goes on the rampage.
Scrum advantage over.
Van der Veen carries hard this time. Now bursting through is Chapman.
Was there cover outside?
Ipswich have the penalty. There could be a little chat from the referee here.
I didn't think there was cover outside.
No, I'm happy with it. There's a player
Player outside. Okay, thank you.
It's just a penalty.
Number 9, deliberate knock on.
And Howard stabs that one to the corner. And once again, well, I've said it already, that is an absolutely fantastic kick from a tight angle. He's put his team pretty much 5 metres out. The penalty was for the deliberate knock on here. Just slapped in. Sonny Tonga Weir just about saving his teammate from the yellow card there. Van der Veen breaks off the back of the maul and goes charging towards the try line. Still going as Van der Veen across the line. But it's a double movement. So we'll come back for the penalty for the high tackle on him. Van der Veen going oh so close. NSB need to think fast because Ipswich have gone quickly. Going short around the fringes and going close and going over. Ipswich with their 3rd try. And 3 more different tries we could not have had. They were going shorter and shorter around the corner. And it was Harry Chapman, I think, that was the one that got across the line. We see him there. Chapman goes burrowing and just blasts himself over. Newman gets the conversion. Sorry, Howard gets the conversion. Rather, Newman was playing the second 15 game. I do apologise. Howard with the conversion. And Ipswich are 21-0 up. Oh, I said in our pre-match preview on the Next Gen 15 website that there might just be a bit of spice to this one, with Ipswich wanting to avenge last year's heartbreaker. But my goodness me, I did not expect them to come flying out of the traps quite like this. What a sensational start from Ipswich.
Knock on by Red. There we go, gents.
Scrum down. Ipswich ball.
Crouch! By! Set!
What will the host side have in the locker here? They're going to use the back line, that much we know. Oh, fast hands. Oh, lovely. Holcroft now surging into space. Holcroft 2-on-1. Holcroft doesn't even need it, does he? Passes it back inside, but it's just spilled. Oh, perhaps he should have given the pass. But oh, this Ipswich backline in full flow is just utterly glorious. Holcroft thought he had the gas to go all the way around the outside. He was just scragged. And when he gave the pass inside, Matthews just couldn't quite get it to stick. But that is the threat of the backline, and that is the popularity of schools rugby. Look at that crowd.
Crouch!
Absolutely packed out here at the Haverden. Fantastic to see.
Set!
NSB scrum.
Stay there, 9. Ball's gone.
Just try and charge out through the midfield. Create a bit of space for an exit. They do find a good exit as Aldridge thumps it long towards Owusu, who fancies a little run of his own. Big carry from Owusu. That's a good tackle though from Cottrell, who is renowned for his defence. The NSB outside centre. Howard just has to get the offload away there. Subs have come on already for Ipswich.
Back foot.
Just try and keep an eye on that one for you. Georgi Churashvili looks as though he's on, wearing 18 rather than 16 that was on our team sheet. NSB have the ball. Tonga Weir has to carry. They'd love to be able to use his handling, but right now they need to use his bulk.
Don't drop it! 4 riders on side.
Howard fires the ball back in field to Holdcroft. What a game he's had so far.
Don't fight! Don't fight!
Holdcroft feeds Hunter. Hunter and Van der Veen. Tricky customers to tell apart. Sorry, not Hunter. Sepp Walter. Do apologise. Hunter wearing 6 for NSB.
Back foot, Blue. A knock on by Red there, was it? Thank you. Knock on by Red.
Advantage to Ipswich. Slight knock on from NSB.
Let's go! Here we go! We're on top!
Howard feeds wide. Oh, that's wonderful work on the floor.
Come back for the knock on.
Really great work on the floor from Ruben Hansen, forcing Ipswich to have to go back for the scrum from that knock on.
Knock on by Red. Injury.
Well, this breathless start to the game just comes to a bit of a pause due to an injury. Gives me a chance to thank our partners, Limitless Kit, who do so much to allow us to be able to put these live streams on. And what a series of live games we've got coming on as well. They come thick and fast. Tomorrow afternoon, 2 games. Wellington College against Whitgift kicking off at 3 o'clock. That's the Sebadena and Alule Memorial game. Former pupil of both schools who so tragically died back in 2016. And at 3:30 p.m, Rugby School continue their 200-year celebrations of the game of rugby football as they host Bedford School. Both sides looking to bounce back after tight defeats. And then next week, the games keep coming thick and fast. Wednesday, Haileybury against Stamford. An evening kick-off at the Stonex. Another evening kick-off on Thursday as we head down to Clifton RFC for Clifton College against Millfield. What a cracker that should be. That's the Ryan Bresnahan Memorial. And then on Friday nights up to Oxford University's Iffley Road as Teddy's Oxford and Moulton College go head-to-head in the Oxford Derby. Plenty of live action here on Next Gen 15. In tonight's game, Ipswich School have started like a house on fire. 21-0 they lead against Northampton School for boys. Ipswich in their blue shirts, playing from left to right into the hands of the fullback Holdcroft, who's been just wonderful so far and making good ground again. Gets the ball in field to Owusu. Owusu rather.
Tackle, away now 13.
Walter now carrying through and still going as Walter deep into the 22. Relentless attacking from Ipswich. Out the back they go. Tadaro back in field to Holdcroft again. He's seen so much of the ball. Knock on eventually comes. Oh, they are enjoying themselves out there, Ipswich, aren't they? They are really enjoying themselves. It was just flung out a bit too hard, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah, I was. I'm staying your side.
As they tried to recover the loose
I thought we were
ball.
nice and square last time, so let's make sure we keep the gap. Yeah. We'll keep the
Here
gap.
we go. A close-up look of that scrum battle. Tongawiya there on the left-hand side for NSB, and on the right-hand side, it looks as though it's the Georgi Turashvili.
Set. Don't go past
It's a
9.
cracking contest. Turashvili getting a nudge on and turning the ball over for Ipswich. NSB just about tidy it up. It was almost away for Ipswich. Don't think they could quite believe they'd managed to nick the ball there.
Advantage, never on side.
Penalty advantage to NSB, and they get the penalty. Ipswich just getting a bit over-eager there. And a chance for NSB to clear their lines and relieve the pressure a little bit. God, what a fantastic drive that was in the scrum from Turashvili. Supposed to be expected from a young Georgian, but that's outstanding.
Come in now, Red.
NSB line out. Go to the tail, but it's stolen by Ipswich and tidied up
Leave, Red, leave,
by
Red.
Chapman.
I was happy.
Walter carrying again. Walter surging through. Oh, he's carried so hard all game.
Leave 15. Penalty advantage.
Right
never
on the front
side.
foot and playing with penalty
Number
advantage
12.
now are Ipswich. Reed steps back inside.
Penalty advantage 9.
Still playing with advantage as Howard feeds those outside him.
He's legal. We'll come back.
Once again on the floor. It's fantastic from Hansen. He'll be frustrated that it keeps all being to no avail because it was penalty advantage Ipswich who've gone quickly. NSB wise to it. But again, it's a turnover on the floor. And again, it's Ruben Hansen, the NSB open side. Oh, he is getting through a mountain of work. Well, take a bow, Ruben Hansen. What an impact he is having on this game.
Yeah, he was away from the ball there. Yeah. There you go.
It says in my notes that
Straight line, please, Vince.
he's not currently with an academy. I'll tell you what, off the back of this, he might have a few floating around. Tidy line out from NSB.
Backwards.
Slightly untidy in the back line, and now there's a bit of space. Owusu getting on the front foot.
Tackle.
Howard at the back to Holdcroft, and now Turashvili. Chip comes in from Reed. Not quite what he was hoping for. NSB sees upon it, loose ball. That's brave work from Turashvili. Fly hat coming in, he dived down on it.
Hold in front, Reg. Now you go.
Addison just thumps it long. Just trying to relieve that pressure valve. Holdcroft trying to open it back up again. Oh, it's a beautiful offload from Holdcroft, and Tadaro breaks through. What's he got in those feet? Oh, wonderful step. Sticks the ball on the boot. It's just about tidied up. Oh, Holdcroft and Tadaro, when they link up, it is just sensational. NSB
Hands away, Blue. Back foot.
back inside their own 22. Carried by Hansen.
Ball's available.
Lyle. Good carry from him. Really powerful carry. Out here. They have come out in their dozens, in their hundreds. Tadaro stepping this way and that, almost stepping himself. Popped that kick through. Tidied up nicely actually in the end by Joel Aldridge. Have a look actually if Joel Aldridge gets the ball in a bit of space. He's a 200-metre sprinter for rugby in Northants. More than a few running repairs going on the pitch. I'm not that surprised. The physicality and the pace of play from both sides really has just been utterly extraordinary. The injured player is applauded off the field. Hopefully nothing too serious. With any luck, we'll be restarting the game shortly with an Ipswich penalty just inside the NSB half. Rather sneakily, George Howard has just edged the ball forwards, and I think the referee might not have noticed. Bought himself an extra 2 or 3 metres. No, the referee has noticed, in fact. Just rolls it backwards very subtly. Good bit of refereeing that. Howard's nudge doesn't quite go though. So NSB can escape and clear this one long beyond halfway. Oh, what a wonderful clearing kick that is from NSB. Could that be the momentum shifter that they need? Ipswich just having half a think about going fast. Decide against it in the end. What a brilliant clearing kick that was from NSB.
There you go. 10 metres, lads. 10 metres. 10 metres on the AR. Yeah, it's okay. I've got it.
Ipswich feed it out the back.
Free kick advantage, over.
Holdcroft into the hands, and that's a good bit of footwork from Matthews.
Penalty advantage, 11. Just above sternum for me, yes? Thank you.
Ipswich playing with advantage for the high tackle from NSB. Howard out the back to Tadaro. Tadaro puts the hammer down. Tadaro goes surging through. Eduardo Tadaro gets the ball out to Holdcroft. It's that combination again Holdcroft just holds short though. No, he wasn't. He just reached out. And it was that wonderful, magical, brilliant combination. Tadaro and Holdcroft. Tadaro provider this time.
Can someone speak to 11 Red?
And just look at the way he ghosted through an almost non-existent gap, and when he had to find the pass, he found it to perfection, and Holdcroft had the pace and just enough strength to get across the line. Just sensational from Ipswich and Eduardo Tadaro. Perfect pass as well. And Holdcroft, well, he almost slowed up, didn't he? And across the line he got. Tricky conversion this one for Howard. Been perfect so far. Oh, and he's perfect again. George Howard adding the extras from the touchline. And Ipswich leading 28-0 after that Connor Holdcroft try. Oh, this has been some performance. It's a performance that should be putting the schools rugby world on notice a little bit. NSB took on Wellington College last weekend and kept them unbelievably honest. Wellington took the victory, but they had to work hard for it in what was a fairly tight game. And we know all about the strength that Wellington College have, and yet Ipswich here are on absolute fire. 28-0. And just 26 minutes gone. Tonga Weir, can he do something to turn the tide here for NSB? It's his team on the front foot.
Advantage, 7 above the sternum.
Playing
And
with advantage now, NSB.
7 not rolling. No rolling. Right, and your tackle was above the sternum as well.
Chance here
Number 7, tackle
for
above
Tom
the sternum,
Addison
then
to
not
stick
rolling.
this in the corner. We've already seen him stick one really tight into that corner. And that one's not too bad at all either. On his side, engineer something. And a shout out to any viewers, if anyone can identify the NSB number 21. Do get in touch with us on @NextGen15, @NextGenXV on Twitter or Instagram.
Advantage on the neck.
So let us know that one.
Tackle on the neck.
Another penalty
High tackle, red scrum cap, high tackle.
for NSB. I'm feeling it might be George Mundin. Let's come on wearing 21.
Marks, last 2 penalties were for tackles above sternum and then neck, so be careful please. There you go.
I'll let you know as I get confirmation of that. So into the corner again. Go NSB. They could do with a score from this.
Stay back 10, stay back 10.
To the middle. They bring it down.
Stay
Maul
back,
is set
stay
up.
back. Through the mark.
Inching towards the line they go. Just crabbing to the left-hand side now. Playing with advantage again. Ball is held up, but it's going to be another penalty. And they're starting to mount up here.
18 blue, side entry to the Maul.
Looks as though, well, for half a second they were thinking about setting up for a tap, but Addison says, no, I think we'll stick that in the corner, lads.
Discipline on Maul defence, please. Back 10, back 10, back 10. Yes.
Oh, here we go. The power of social media. And a big thank you to George Packman and Isaac Black.
Stay back, stay back.
Finn Choate has come on wearing 21, having performed so well in the second 15 game. NSB
On the floor.
setting up the maul again, but I think this time Ipswich have got their hands on, so NSB have to break away from the maul. Up towards the line is Hansen, but it's lost forward. And Ipswich celebrate like it's a try.
Lost forwards by Red.
They defended that maul so well.
There you go, lads, let's go.
They got through and got their hands on the ball, so Hansen had to break free, and then he had 4 defenders around him who managed to knock the ball loose. And Ipswich
Crouch! Bind!
escape that scare. Can they completely escape with this scrum? Not quite. Penalty to NSB.
Loose head to floor.
They keep the pressure on. Tongawiya getting his own back on that scrum.
Ipswich, discipline here, please. Let's go.
To the corner again they go.
There you go, lads. Come in now, Red.
To the middle once more.
Stay back. That's once going backwards, through the mark.
Struggling to get go forward on this one. Really good defence of the maul from Ipswich. Now they just start to inch it forward. Referee tells them to use it though, so they break free around the side and across the line they go. NSB get their try. Just reward for their pressure. They were struggling to get this one going forward. Referee told them to use it. And oh my word, did they find a way to use it. Looks like it might be Elliot Swift that got across. Just trying to make out the number on the back of that shirt. Indeed, number 17, Elliot Swift, the replacement hooker. Doing a hooker's job at the back of that maul and getting his team on the score sheet. A little lob wedge from Tom Addison to add the extras. And what a timely score that is from Swift. Just chips away at that Ipswich advantage as we move towards half-time. An important try for NSB, that. Holdcroft sends that one high and hanging. Big defence. Turashvili, he's looked so impressive off the bench, as here is Cottrell.
Hands away!
Thundering forward.
Second man, 6.
Tongawiya now gets his hands free and playing with penalty advantage now. They went high on him.
My friend, you have advantage, 9.
Just a sense here that NSB
Advantage.
found a bit of confidence after that score. Another good carry this time from Lyle. Swift acts as scrum half. Oh, that's a lovely late pass from Addison. All comes to nothing, but we come back for the penalty. I think the referee's just going to have a little word. Been a few too many penalties for his liking, I think.
last 5 minutes, we've had 2 penalties against you for above the sternum. We've had another penalty over there for tackle around the neck. So please have a word with your players. You need to lower the tackle height or I'll have to escalate. Okay? Have a word now, we've got time.
Just a bit of a word there about tackle height.
I've got
The sternum, of course, is the new tackle line that you've got to be below. A few players adjusting a little slower than others.
Back in. Thank you.
Looks as though Lyle's having a bit of cramp just sorted out as we just watched that Tonga Weir carry again. Absolutely blasting forward. A young tight head. Son, of course, of Soani Tonga Weir. For so long, absolute superstar for the Northampton Saints. And indeed Tonga.
Yeah. I understand. I had them on a warning for more defence down there, and then you scored the try, and I just put them on a warning for the height of their tackles. Okay.
Good conversation that between Luca Williams and the referee. And a bit of a shout out to Luca Williams, the Northampton School for Boys skipper. It's his 18th birthday today. A very happy birthday to him.
Okay, thanks. Making a change there.
Oh, he'd love to celebrate it
Yeah, the mark's just 5 metres down.
with a comeback victory here at the home of Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club.
Time is going on, Blue.
Looks as though Lyle is going off.
7 above the sternum.
So there's a change for NSB as Addison finds another excellent touch from a tricky position on the field.
Thanks, Nathan. It's yours. Come in now, Red. Let's go. Come in, please, Red. Let's go. Tackle into touch there. Line out, Red Bull.
Line out didn't quite work out, but NSB bundle Ipswich into touch, so they'll have another line out 10 metres further forward.
Gents, you need to come in quicker.
Looks like a 5-man line out. Look out here for the Tonga Weir 1-man lift.
Gents, wait. What's your call on numbers? Okay. Okay, that's fine, but if you're going to change, then I give them time to adjust. Okay, time on, let's go.
It's the 2-man lift, and it's to the tail to Hansen. Good ball to release the back line. And Hill. But over the ball. Eduardo Tadaro showing it's not all about the fancy footwork and running. He's got the defensive aspect to his game as well.
Holding on. Yes. 11 man was first man on feet.
What a game the young inside centre is having as Howard just bangs that ball into touch to send us into half-time. So we just have another quick look at that Tadaro turnover. Brilliant work from the young inside centre. And that is half-time. Ipswich leading 28 points to 7 here at Bury Rugby Club against Northampton School for Boys. It has been a terrific first half of action, and 35 more minutes of it coming up very shortly. Well, some terrific highlights there from an absolutely sparkling first half performance from Ipswich. And in particular, Eduardo Tadara at 12 and Connor Holcroft at fullback. But NSB just giving themselves something to hold on to with that late Elliott Swift try. Just wonder if that might spark something. As part of the social media help service, if anyone out there can identify for us, and he's just come on for Ipswich School wearing number 16, do please get in touch on @NextGen15, that's @NextGenXV on Twitter or on Instagram. A few changes from the original team sheet. If anyone does know who's come on wearing 16 for Ipswich, do please give us a shout. Just waiting for NSB to get up to their full complement of players, and indeed for the referee and his team to come out. They enjoyed their moment in the limelight in front of our camera right at the start of the game. They want a dramatic entrance for the second half as well, by the looks of things. You can see our cameraman Richard Jackson panning across the crowd, but I know that really he's waiting for the referee so he can single them out, as he likes to do. It is a packed out Haberden here, the home of Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club. Just a short hop down the road from Ipswich School. Well, you don't see this every day, do you? Two sets of players ready and raring to go, but no one to tell them it's time to go. I do have my refereeing qualifications. It was quite a long time ago since I last refed a game, but I could always hop out there. Here they are. A rumour circulating that perhaps the referees had locked themselves in somehow. Who knows? That's how vicious rumours get started though, isn't it? Anyway, we've got a refereeing team, we've got two sets of players, we've got a whistle, and the second half is underway here. Can NSB reverse what was an Ipswich storm in the first half, or will Ipswich continue with this high-paced and highly effective brand of rugby? Sonny Tonga-Weir had a big early hit. He certainly wants to make a mark in this second half. Some big moments towards the end of the first half, and his side have effected a turnover hit. Well, they had for just a moment, but it's been retaken by Ipswich. Physical start to the second half. Oh, physical there. Huge carry. Allows Howard just to send this one high and long towards Addison. With that sweet left peg of his, sends it back with interest. A little bit of space here, and the ball bounces quite awkwardly, but Lyle tidies it up. He's back up and running after a bit of a knock late on in the first half, and he's got his team on the front foot here and into Ipswich territory. Could we see an early score here for NSB? That really would change the tide of this game. Tonga-Weir carries. Ball is lost though. Ipswich have it. Van der Veen doing an open sides job. And now his mate in the back row. Walter moves forward. Howard, oh, that's beautiful handling again from Ipswich. And Noah Wusu goes wandering from right to left and earns his side the penalty. And quickly they go through Evans. Scored a try early on in the first half from a similar move. And that's another penalty. And it's back-to-back penalties. And I think it might be a yellow card for Ipswich. Ruben McConville, back-to-back penalties, incurs the wrath of the referee.
In a second, just be a little bit careful, just arriving into contact. At the moment, you're a little bit close to late and low. Okay? For me? Well, everyone. Oh, yeah. We had two there that were a little bit close. They were just about okay.
From late hits, watch out for
no, late and low. So, okay, you can't dive just before you get into contact. Okay, you've got to make sure they can tackle you. Okay. All right. Please pass it on. Yes, please. I just spoke to them about late and low. When they're the ball carrier, yes. Yeah.
Bit of passion on the sidelines tonight
okay,
from the Ipswich faithful.
Thank you. Are you all good to go? Yeah. Okay. Number 16, not back 10.
Back underway, Howard pumps it into the corner. And after NSB had come so close, Ipswich now with a chance to launch something and get an early score.
Come in now, Blue. Stay back.
Good line up from Ipswich. And
Red.
Walter carrying again. Walter. Sepp Walter. With a try he has earned this evening. He has worked so hard. He's carried so hard. And with another of those powerful carries, he scores his side's 5th of the game. Bouncing players off him. He is such a powerful carrier. Sepp Walter. Look at that, he's like a human pinball. The photographer catches him at the perfect moment as well. Howard just clips it over. You know he thinks it's an easy one when he doesn't take his scrum cap off. Converting Walter's try, and Ipswich have a 35-7 lead. Perfect start to the second half for them, as they had in the first half.
Boys, heads up!
NSB need to turn the tide soon. And that's one way of doing it. Huge hit from Will Cottrell. He's really stood up to be counted this evening.
Hands away!
Howard out the back to Tadaro. Tadaro now moves it on one further. Holdcroft to Owusu. Ball just spilled though. So we'll have an NSB scrum, and once again we've got bodies littered across the field. It has been that sort of a physical encounter this evening. Owusu just so nearly managing to get that ball away. They are really lethal in those wide channels, this Ipswich School side.
Don't need to see you throwing the ball at them, right?
Playing some fantastic rugby.
Okay. Yeah, if you're going down to one, then they'll have to match. Yeah, are you going 7 in the scrum?
Just a bit of a debate about
okay.
what to do at scrum time with the
need to drop the number 8.
NSB player in the bin. NSB.
All right, lads, here we go. Over here.
have gone down to 7 in the scrum, which means that at schoolboy level, Ipswich have to match that.
But it's 7 men.
Just a safety measure to ensure that the scrums are broadly even, certainly in terms of numbers, but also in terms of weight. So Mark van der Veen goes out into the back line for Ipswich.
What's the issue? Yeah. Okay. Set them off quickly. Yeah. Thank you. All right, lads, we're definitely going now. There we go.
Just about ready now.
Crouch.
Scrum underway.
Bind.
NSB ball.
Set.
Cottrell takes it on himself,
Nothing there.
surges through the gap. Cottrell gets the offload away to his skipper.
Scrum advantage. Not
Luca
on the
Williams, a
Scrum
thundering
advantage.
hit comes in from Holdcroft, showing that he can do it all on both sides of the ball as well.
Back foot.
NSB have kept possession though. Oscar Lyle taking that one in. Now just stabbed over the top
One side.
from Addison. Gathered brilliantly as well.
Leave it 11. Advantage.
Addison stabs another one through. This one just rolls out into touch, but he knew he had penalty advantage.
11, you had 2 attempts at the ball.
Well, NSB go to the corner.
Number 11,
They eventually
pass on the right.
found success from that tactic in the first half.
Yeah.
They go for the same here in the second.
Totally different thing. We're just waiting for the ball.
And this is the thing, NSB, they might be behind on the scoreboard, but when they have had opportunities, they've looked threatening.
Ipswich,
Ball
remember,
in
discipline
hand,
down
and
here,
they've
please.
carried really hard. I mean, Cottrell here, that's just
Gents, discipline in
delightful
defence.
stuff. A lovely offload. Look at that for a tackle, though, from Connor Holdcroft. Technically absolutely perfect. Luca Williams gathering that dink through from Addison, and then a penalty coming.
Maul!
As they do send that ball to the tail of the line out. The Maul
Same maul.
whips round to the left and now starts to surge forward, getting closer and closer to the line.
Tackle
Ipswich
there,
do
broken
really
away.
well, actually, to just halt that. NSB were getting ever so
Hands
close.
away,
They're
Glenn.
still close now.
Back foot.
Burrowing away is Finn Short.
6 away.
Finally manages to get rid of that ball. Passes it out wide, but it's just dropped.
Knock on.
Oh, they did so much right there, NSB. Deserved points for their efforts.
Cross forwards.
So close. It was a lovely flat ball right across the defence from Addison. But it'll be a scrum to Ipswich on their own 5 metre line.
Yes, because they're still down a man.
Another delay for injury.
We've got 1 minute
Really
left
is
on the
taking
yellow.
its toll this game. Another reminder, while we wait for everyone to get back up and running, 2 more live games for you tomorrow.
Water off.
3 o'clock, Wellington College against Whitgift
Water
in the
off,
Seb
please,
Adena and Alule Memorial game. 3 o'clock
Time
kick-off
on,
that one.
scrum, blue
And
ball.
at 3:30 p.m, it's Rugby School against
Let's just
Bedford,
move out of that divot there.
continuing their 200 year anniversary celebrations of the game of rugby football at the birthplace of the game. The 2 massive games tomorrow, 3 o'clock and 3:30.
Just wait. Lads, what's going on? We're ready to play, aren't we? Yeah.
It's just a bit of confusion. I think the referee's unsighted as to the fact that there's an injured player just in the dead ball area. In fact, they're not in the dead ball area, they're just off. We'll get going at some point. Ah, we're waiting for a sub. There we go.
Okay, let's go.
I think the man on might be Dan North, who was playing in the second 15 game. I'll try and get confirmation of that.
Set!
Penalty Ipswich.
Loose head driving across. Loose head driving across.
And after that superb opportunity
first action,
for
hits down,
NSB,
then
Ipswich
driving
are
across.
able to send this one almost into my face. Fantastic clearing kick from Ipswich. Slight heart in mouth moment up here in the commentary box. Chapman. Preparing to get this one into the line-out. Front ball, and it's claimed. Oh, and it's really well popped away from that line-out by Ipswich. Tadaro now feeds it deep to Matthews, but it's a penalty. Cottrell working hard on the deck. In fact, I think it might have been his skipper, Luca Williams. Was indeed Luca Williams working hard on the floor there on his 18th birthday, doing a job for his charges.
On the line, on the line, on the line, discipline.
Perfect body position from Williams, clearly trying to rip the ball away and earning his side the penalty. And they've stuck it right into the corner. Scored from a line out like this in the first half. Now they'd love a second just to try and chip away at this lead.
More! Through the mark. That's red to floor. Red to floor.
Ball goes to floor.
No, your man at the front took it down.
And Ipswich survive that one.
Yeah.
They have been defensively superb, as well as in attack.
23 minutes.
Turashvili's work is done, and he gets a huge cheer from the crowd. A popular man is the young Georgian.
Okay. Scrum, blue ball. Come in, Red.
It's been a bit of a stop-start second half, this.
Okay.
Some real highlight moments, but
Liam, just watch one red
struggled to
square
get into
inside.
flow in this second half so far. Perhaps that'll change
Crouch!
in the coming minutes.
Bind! Set! Stay 9.
Ball at the back. Ipswich. Oh, this is great ambition. Looking to play from behind their own try line. And Holdcroft looking to ghost away from behind his own try line. Holdcroft. Oh, could he go all the way? Connor Holdcroft passes the ball back inside. Oh, it's lovely handling. Tadaro now steps back in against the grain. Out to his centre partner, Billy Reid. Oh, another offload coming in. This is sensational from Ipswich, but it's gone to ground. Oh, and a penalty now to NSB. But that was sensational from Ipswich. Absolutely sensational. From behind their own try line, they so nearly scored an absolute worldie of a try. Connor Holdcroft. So much pace, but it just wasn't quite to be. NSB doing so well to scramble and stop that attack and then force the penalty. I think the skipper, Luca Williams, might have a bit of damage for his troubles. What a passage of play that was. Just couldn't quite find the pass they needed in the end to get across the line. But my goodness me, did they give us a thrill on the way.
Ipswich, ready to go, please.
Running repairs complete. Addison sends that kick up towards our broadcast van.
Edge to the dash, please, Blue. Edge to the dash. Edge to the dash.
Be a line out. NSB ball on the 10-metre line.
No, Ipswich, I put you on the edge of the dash. Edge of the dash. You set a straight line. Now, Reg, you set your gap.
Tidy line out drill from NSB, and they go crashing hard through the midfield.
Advantage off feet.
Playing with penalty advantage now with the visitors. Addison has a little look, see if there's some space in behind. We'll come back for the penalty.
Hands on the floor. 19.
Nowhere.
A couple of penalties in succession. You'll see NSB with a line out and a promising position on the field. It was a really good hard carry up the guts of the defence from NSB there. Ball to the back of the line out from NSB. Good play, and once again it's a big carry from Ben Hunter, the blindside flanker. Addison moves it wide, stabbed through by Cowley. Herring after it is Hansen. Just getting there first though is Harry Evans for Ipswich. Had to just stick a toe on it though and boot it into touch, and it's another line out for NSB. And now
that's good call. We got good advantage.
They're on the Ipswich 5.
Let's go, lads, let's go, come on!
You need to
Boys,
set your
don't
meter
over there,
gap.
don't over there.
Set your meter from the line. No, meter.
Still plenty of time left in this, 20 minutes really. That's a trick play, around the corner goes Tonga-Weir. Sonny Tonga-Weir coming back around the corner. We saw some tricky moves from the second 15 at line-out time, and there's one from the first 15. And that's 2 line-out drills that have yielded 2 tries for NSB. And a really important score, this one. Looked as though they were setting up for the maul, but around the corner came Tonga-Weir. And from that sort of range, nobody is stopping the Northampton Saints tight head. Defenders cast aside like bowling pins. Tom Addison, tough touchline conversion this. Would dearly love for it to go over though. Every point really counting for NSB here. Doesn't quite catch that one right though. But just a hint that there could be a bit of a comeback in the offing from NSB. They've got their try, and there's time to do it. Ipswich though, I'm going to be in no mood to let this lead be chipped away at. Hoisted high, Tadaro is after it, but Tadaro
in front of the kicker.
is after it a little bit too eagerly. Got himself in front of the kicker.
Scrum, lads, scrum.
And in fairness, even I had spotted that one.
Number 12, I think, in front of the kicker. Yep. Number 12 in front of the kicker.
Largely because I'm always looking for it, because you so rarely see it get called.
Crouch! Bind! Stand up, please. We've had really good scrums until the last couple. Okay, let's just make sure we're keeping our space, as we said before. Make sure you get a nice long bind for me.
It's like Tom Dye is back on at loose head.
Crouch!
For Ipswich.
Set! Stay there, 9.
Solid scrum on both sides. NSB get the ball away and get it into the wide channels early. But a huge tackle coming in from Dave Owusu. Crashing the NSB player into touch. Earning his side the line out.
Dummy throw.
Free kick NSB. Tonga goes quick. Thought about giving the pass, decides to take them on physically. Then gets it away to Hill. Starting to flood forward now. RNSB, but then on the floor. Earning his side the penalty.
Number 5 throwing the ball away.
Dan North.
Holding on, then number 5 throwing the ball
The
away.
second 15 man who's come on here for the first 15 earns the penalty, and then his side get an extra 10 metres because the ball was thrown away.
Okay. Replacements? No? Okay, fine. There you go.
A big defensive moment that for Dan North.
Happy with that tackle?
Tadaro fizzes it out to Holdcroft, and Holdcroft is through again. Holdcroft, can he get the pass away? Yes, he can. Ipswich are in. The tap tackle came through, but the slide was enough to do it. Ipswich School. Oh, they are so good when they move the ball wide. Connor Holdcroft, once again the creator. When he puts the foot on the gas, there's just nobody that can live with him. And the score in the corner. Noah Woodhouse, the try scorer, started the game on the wing for the second 15, and he's come on off the bench here for the first 15 and is a try scorer. Made by Holdcroft, finished by Woodhouse. And for the first time tonight, the conversion from Howard just slips wide, but his team have a very healthy 40-12 lead. Noah Woodhouse there, the try scorer.
Stay behind.
Just spotted on the touchline the father of Sonny Tungawea, Sione. Tongoia wearing shorts, t-shirt and flip-flops. It's been a warm night, but I can tell you it's a bit chilly now, but showing that he's a harder man than I as Eduardo Todaro once again breaks through. How many times have we said that tonight? And this time he beats George Howard, and Howard is going to race away to score. Eduardo Todaro is a magician. It was Howard onto Todaro, who just ghosted through, and Howard tracking on the inside, almost scrum half-like, on the outside half. With a tidy finish, it was actually Howard to Holcroft, who then moved it on to Todaro. Glorious, glorious backline play from Ipswich School. Howard converts his own try and puts his team into a 47-12 lead. And I reiterate here with 10 minutes to go, this Northampton School for boys tied gave Wellington College a very good game on Saturday. And anyone who knows anything about schools rugby knows that Wellington College are always a decent side. Well, better than decent if we're honest. And yet here, Ipswich are doing this. That tells you everything you need to know about just how good this Ipswich School side has been today.
Tackle before the ball.
They have been just outstanding. Todaro and Holcroft in particular, but right across the team, they've been superb. That kick misses touch though, and Addison might try and create something here, but there's not a lot of space, so he just thumps the ball long. Might have just handed the ball to Holcroft, and Holcroft is through again. Oh, he is just carving the defence apart, Connor Holcroft. Wilkinson now surges forward. Now his second row partner Myers.
7 away.
Howard goes himself. Howard across the line. 2 in 2 minutes for George Howard. Relentless. Utterly relentless from Ipswich School. It was a try crafted long before this. The sizzling break from Connor Holcroft, but once they got into the danger zone, it was foot flat to the fore. Wilkinson with the first carry, Myers with the second, and then it was just quick ball from Evans to Howard, and Howard getting on the outside shoulder and across the line. Stunning. Absolutely stunning from Ipswich tonight. They have been utterly breathtaking. Off the post this time from Howard. But his team have crossed the 50-point threshold, and they have been quite simply sensational. It's been one of the great Ipswich performances. A statement victory to start their season with. NSB aren't going to go away quietly though, that much we know. A huge hit from James Barrett, another of the Northampton Saints contingent for NSB. As now Owusu breaks clear. Owusu scything his way from right to left. Eventually hauled down by Addison. Ipswich, rolled right around his body there. playing with advantage are Ipswich. That ball goes down, so we'll come back for the penalty. How about that from Rohan Burke? Ball does a 360 around his body and somehow he manages to hold on to it.
19 red offside from the breakdown. 7.
Raise your fucking head!
There we go. The old around the back move from Rohan Burke. Did well to keep hold of that one.
Okay, he's going off the rest. We're good.
Line out Ipswich. XV have got to keep their heads up in this final 6 minutes or so. Don't want to let Ipswich in easily.
Backwards off blue, play on. Back foot far side.
Addison
Hold in front.
clears the ball for
16,
NSB.
16. Now you go.
Woodhouse collects it well. Holdcroft now has it. What's he got in the locker? Well, he's got more defenders beaten. Oh, Connor Holdcroft, stop it.
Play on. Nothing clear for me. 2 away, leave it!
How many defenders has Holdcroft beaten tonight?
5, stop! Yeah, right.
Good play here, though, from NSB. Will Cowley showing he's not the only fullback on the field, Connor Holdcroft. Cowley's got plenty in the locker as well. Evans goes quickly from the penalty. Tadaro, scrum cap off.
Forward pass.
Pass was forward, though. We come back for the scrum. And I think a welcome breather for a couple of players. There's a fair bit of cramp out on the field at the moment.
Okay. All right. Time off. 2 men down.
And ref
Yeah, your ball scrum. Yes.
says time off as we look at Connor Holdcroft again. He has just been utterly brilliant this evening.
13 and 13. Okay, fine.
Defenders beaten
Yeah, sorry.
well into double figures. Probably closer to triple figures. He's been that good. I think Rohan Burke
You okay, Lucas?
thinks this game is done and dusted, not a bit of it, celebrating that
Fair enough.
turnover opportunity with gusto.
5 minutes.
5 minutes left to go. Couple of
It's your
running
start,
repairs going on the field. Chance for me to give you another reminder that we've got a couple of live streams coming up tomorrow and a couple of absolute belters they are as well. Wellington College against Whitgift, a 3 p.m. kickoff, the Seba Deniran Olule Memorial game over there on Big Side at Wellington College. That should be a fantastic game. 2 of the greats in schoolboy
yeah,
rugby
we'll be
going
strong,
head to
but
head.
we've still got body
And
count.
another one that should be fantastic, Rugby School against Bedford, the founders of the game against another of those great old teams, Bedford School. Part of the 200-year celebrations of the game of rugby football at Rugby School this year. That one's a 3:30 p.m. kickoff, so we've got a bit of a head-to-head battle on the live streams tomorrow.
Scrum, red ball, forward pass.
And we've got games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week as well. So stay tuned for all of those. Back and ready for action here, though, at Bury Rugby Club. We've been fantastic hosts for both games
Set!
this evening. Second 15 game and this first 15 game. As NSB get this one away, and Addison sends it long, but Owusu gathers.
Backs
But
offside from the scrum.
Ipswich are offside at the scrum,
Backs
so we'll
offside
have
from the
another
scrum.
penalty to NSB.
Did you have a number? Okay. Number 12, offside from the scrum.
Addison's kick finds touch. Good touch as well.
Thank you. There you go.
The Ipswich backline had just crept up a little bit too eagerly.
Come in, red.
Great line-out ball for NSB. Evans up really fast though, so Addison is forced to try one on his own. Almost comes to fruition, but Owusu just about gets there in the nick of time to tidy up for Ipswich. You rather think are probably going to try and run this one, but instead it's a penalty to NSB. Great work on the floor, and they get the extra 10 yards. Can they finish off with a score? How they'd love to. They've worked so hard all game, playing with penalty advantage again. Finn Short wanted to get that ball away, goes quickly. Addison back inside, oh that's good play. Hansen is brought down, playing penalty advantage again. RNSB as Tonga takes it in. We come back for the penalty again. I think the referee, he's certainly going to have a word. He may reach for the pocket.
Captain. Yeah, thank you. I'm dealing with it. Number 6. Okay. So he just had 4 penalties in about 20 seconds. The last one was against you for a Sterling tackle. So off you go. That'll be your penalty.
As the referee says, 4 penalties in about 20 seconds. And that ends Siep Walter a yellow card. I don't think he'll mind too much in the grand scheme of things. Fantastic game the young blindside has had, and the try along with it, he's carried so hard and has worked his socks off in defence as well.
Take a step off. That's yours, thank you.
NSB
stay back.
Go for the same move again. Tonga Weir.
From what? The line out?
NSB running the same move again, but this time Ipswich were wise to it. Playing with advantage again though are NSB. Maul is set up. And across the line it goes. NSB have their try. They've kept plugging away to the end. They've got too much quality to do anything but, in truth. But as they set up the Maul, it was Oscar Lyle that took it in. It may have been Oscar Lyle that emerged the pile of bodies as the try scorer as well. Certainly the last man up. And there's the ball yet. Oscar Lyle, the try scorer. NSB finishing the game the right way here. Addison adding the extras as well. And it looks as though there's going to be time for one more play from the restart. Third score for Northampton School for boys. Extras to the Oscar Lyle try from Tom Addison. Thunderous tackle coming in.
Good counter right.
Ipswich playing right to the end as well. Neither side is going to allow this game to just peter out, that's for sure. Big dummy.
17 away now.
Scrum hatless Tadaro. Ipswich and Eaton Collins, Bobby Eaton Collins. We haven't mentioned him that much, but he's been fantastic. He's got through an absolute mountain of work this evening.
Back foot.
Alongside Van der Veen and Walter in that back row for Ipswich.
Scrap it. Leave it.
NSB still scrapping at every breakdown to try and spoil the Ipswich possession.
Leighton low, 16.
And that's what we spoke about right at the beginning of the broadcast. Dipping the head below the shoulders into contact with a new tackle height below the sternum. As Ipswich get a second yellow card, they're going to finish this one with 13. But as part of that adjustment to below the sternum for the tackle height, the attacker is obliged to keep their head above the hips going into contact to allow a clean tackle zone. That is another thunderously long kick from Addison, but because it was touched on its way through, the referee blows his final whistle. It's all over here at Bury St Edmunds RFC. That man on screen there, Connor Holcroft, was absolutely out of this world good for Ipswich, who have sealed a famous victory, 52 points to 19. One of the big statement performances of this opening couple of weeks of the season. Ipswich's first game of the season, and what a first game. They were utterly brilliant. NSB didn't do too much wrong. Some wonderful moments within it. Their line-out was really proficient throughout the game, and some big performances. The centre pairing, Williams and Cottrell, stood up to be counted. The likes of Hunter and Hansen and Lyle in the back row as well, but there was just nothing that they could do against the tidal wave of attacking ambition from Ipswich this evening. Connor Holcroft, as I said, at fullback was beyond good. Utterly brilliant. But inside him were some fantastic performances as well. Eduardo Tadaro at inside centre. Last year, getting a few games at fullback, was just brilliant. The back row sensational, but it was all about just that attacking verve and ambition from Ipswich School. A stunning performance. New boys on the block, no more. Ipswich, the schoolboy rugby heavyweights. It's going to be a tough one to take for NSB in the short term, but when they watch it back and look ahead to what's to come, which is Kings Macclesfield a week on Saturday, one of last year's superstar teams actually, they'll be thinking that they've got plenty of quality and plenty to build on, despite what the result ended up looking like. Ipswich though, and that man on screen, Eduardo Tadaro, are going to head into the rest of the season with so much confidence. Just brilliant from Ipswich. Absolutely brilliant. Tadaro, oh. And Holdcroft. There are just no words to describe the beauty of the performance from those two. Quite simply outstanding. NSB had their moments though, particularly off that line out. It's a real weapon for them. They just didn't get to use it enough. And once they started to, the scoreboard had got away from them. This was a lovely move. Tonga wrapping around the corner. Who fancies stopping him there? Not me. Not me. And guess who? Ghosting through. You don't need me to tell you. Holdcroft as ever, and Noah Woodhouse finishing off. He put in a strong performance for the second 15 and then came on and scored for the first 15. Not a bad evening's work for him. Not a bad evening's work for Eduardo Tadaro, and not a bad evening's work either for George Howard, the unsung hero in many ways due to the glittering performances of those outside him. But it was him that was putting it on a plate for them. And in the end, he was rewarded with a couple of tries, including this one. And so as we watch these, I'm going to head downstairs for a quick chat with the Director of Rugby here at Ipswich, and indeed at Bury St Edmunds, Jacob Ford. Director of Rugby here at Ipswich School, and indeed Bury St Edmunds. Talk me through that. That was just sensational.
It was a good game. It was, you know, I thought from minute one, like I said to the boys there, we came out with intensity and played our way, and we weren't too bothered about being reactional and letting the game get away from us, which, you know, previously we were allowed to do. So actually that first 10 minutes, not the scoreboard, how we came out and played our way and stuck to that for the rest of the game, I thought that was excellent, and I'm really proud of the effort the boys put in there and the intention that they came out with. It was really good.
I know you're probably not going to want to talk about individuals, but let's just talk a little bit about Connor Holcroft at fullback. Defenders beaten, I'm thinking it's almost 100. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got lightning pace, hasn't he? And you give him half a yard, he's going to take it. You know, and he took a lot of outside breaks today, and you know, he created a lot of opportunities. And you know, we'll be critical of ourselves, and you know, we'll get better. But you know, we could have finished a few more off if we were a little bit more clinical, which is good. You know, we've got a little bit way to go. But you know, Connor was excellent today. He made some really good decisions when he was running the ball back and on our edge attack. Really good.
And Eduardo Tadaro as well. I think I said in commentary at one point, get him in the Italy squad. I'll tell you what, England will be fighting over him as well. Everyone's going to want him.
Oh yeah, he's already playing Italy 18, so you know, he's doing a really good job, and you know, he's a real link man for us in that midfield. But those backs, especially the 10, the 12, 13, and linking in with Connor, you know, they're just getting started, and that's the best part of this group. We know we've got a long way to go. We know we've got some tough games coming up against Denston and Sebber as well, and we're going to have to be at our best. And I think that, you know, we're operating around 40-50%, like we said there. So you know, we're going to make sure that we work hard and continue to put that effort in, and we'll compete.
You should get games cancelled more often. The boys come out and go pretty well.
Yeah, we were fresh. I can give you that. We were pretty fresh and pretty eager to get out there, and the boys were. It didn't take much to get them fired up for that game. They really wanted to come out and impress and show how much hard work they've put in. But now, you know, we've got a quick turnaround. We're playing again next Friday, and it's going to be a real challenge for us.
Yeah, and looking ahead to next Friday, Denston last year, similar actually to NSB last year, a really tough game that was, you know, went right down to the wire. Turn things around for the NSB game here. Denston lads, I'm imagining, are feeling pretty similar about it.
Yeah, like, I try and not worry too much about the oppositions, especially this year. Like, we've just got to focus on ourselves. You know, I don't really care who we're playing, and I've said that to the boys. We're only playing ourselves. We're trying to be the best version of ourselves we possibly can, and that's a challenge. We don't know where our potential is, you know, as a group, but we're going to continue to work hard, get better each week, and see where that leads us.
Well, you're certainly playing an exciting brand of rugby. It looks pretty fun to play for Ipswich at the moment, and I think the biggest compliment we can give is we've been saying for a couple of years that Ipswich were rising stars. Rising no more. You're right at the top end of the school game now.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't think we're far off it, but we got the opportunity to compete at the top. But like you said, the biggest thing I've said to the boys over the last couple of years, last 3 years, is we have an identity at Ipswich. I want, you know, teams to recognise us for how we play the game. And, you know, we play the game in the right way, but more importantly, we win in the right way and we get that performance right. That's really important to me, that we win in the correct manner. And I think we did that today, and it's a good step forward for us.
Certainly is. And a word on the second 15 as well, actually. They played really well, some nice performances, and actually really good to see a couple of their players come on and get a run out and actually a try in the corner for Noah Woodhouse, who'd had a good run out for the second 15. Good to see both sets of players playing so well.
Yeah, both teams, playing the same way. Competition for places, lads pushing really hard and stepping up. Like you said, Noah there played really well in the second team, came over to the first team and got some game time there at the end. That's what it's about. You want to give opportunities to these boys, and we've got an environment where lads can get better each week, but also challenge each other. And I think that's really important. If you get that competition in training during the week, lads are only going to go one direction in terms of their development.
They certainly are. Well, an exciting season ahead for you boys. Some big games coming up, as you say, Denstone and Sedbergh in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be good fun. And well, thank you very much for having us down here as well. We've enjoyed ourselves here at Bury Rugby Club.
No problem. It's great to have you. Thank you.
Cheers, Jacob. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Jacob Ford there. What a fantastic game. Well, what a fantastic 2 games, in fact, here at Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club. And what a sensational start to the season from Ipswich School. They have put the schools rugby world on notice. A wonderful day. 52-19 it ended up. Northampton School for boys will be back. We know that much. And we'll be back as well, because we've got 2 live streams tomorrow. As I've said, Wellington College against Whitgift, 3 o'clock. And then 3:30 p.m. Rugby School against Bedford School. 2 games right up against each other tomorrow on Next Gen 15. But from all of us here at Bury St Edmunds Rugby Club and from Next Gen 15, good night.